Have you been using Google Forms all year and are looking for what to do with them now that it's the summertime? In this episode of Tech Coach Weekly, we're going to give you guys 3 important things that you guys can do to your Google Forms to set yourself up for success in the coming school year. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tech Coach Weekly. My name is Jeff Bradbury from the TEACHERCAST Educational Network, and today we're going to be talking all about Google Forms. If you're enjoying this program, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and smash that bell to stay up to date with all the great stuff that's happening here on the TEACHERCAST Educational Network. And today's video, we're going to be talking all about how to archive those Google Forms. And with me, as always, is our good friend Susan Vincent. Sue, how are you today? Welcome to Tech Coach Weekly.
I'm great, and great to be back again here via video and showing you guys some great ways to stay organized and be prepared.
Now, last week we talked all about Google Classroom and how to archive. We had a lot of people hit that comment button, hit that subscribe button, and talk about the fact that, it's one thing to hit the archive button. It's another thing to not only give back your assignments, but also remove your students. What are we talking about this week when it comes to Google Forms?
So we're going to learn the best way to archive or just close down your Google Forms. You're not really going to archive them, but you do want to do a few certain things to make them ready to use next year, because you don't just want to go willy-nilly to that Google Form and start using it again, or that spreadsheet is going to grow. So take a look at the video we have coming up and you'll see what we're talking about.
Now, before we roll that video, we have a surprise for you guys, because what we would love to extend today is the opportunity to join our free TEACHERCAST Tech Coaches Network. And by doing so, we have 3 amazing Google Form templates that we're going to be describing right after this. So, Sue, let's roll that video.
Hey there, so here we are in Google Forms, and we're going to look at archiving our form so that we can clean it up and be able to save our data from our current year and be able to use the same spreadsheet to link that data for a new school year. So what you're going to want to do is come over here and click on the Responses tab. And one thing you want to be aware of is if it's a real important form, you might want to turn off accepting responses. So if someone has that link, they don't just randomly go in and fill out your form over the summer or when you don't want them to be filling out that form. So turn off the accepting responses button. And then remember, when you do a Google form, you always have this ability to view your responses in a Google Sheet. So you can always click that, but to save that data, to separate it, we want to first unlink the form from this sheet. So we're going to unlink this form by clicking the 3 dots. So 3 dots, drop down the menu, click Unlink Form. Okay, so then new responses to this will no longer be sent, and you're just going to unlink it. Make sure you're sure of that. And then you have the ability, you can come in here, add questions, do anything else you need it, change what you need to, and do all of that stuff for the new school year. Then, when you're ready to start, you're going to relink it to the existing sheet. So now, what you want to do is click on Create Spreadsheet, select Existing Spreadsheet. You're not going to create a new one in this case because there's one that already exists. We want to be able to select the existing one and then link any new data to that spreadsheet. So we're going to hit select. And then once that loads, we'll be able to choose our spreadsheet, which should be the first one on the list. Select it. And then once it loads, the spreadsheet will come up, and then you should see some tabs at the bottom. So now I have the tabs, and here's my responses from before. Now I have a new tab where I can erase the data that's there. So I can just highlight, get rid of all that data, and then as things start to get populated again, and then it will load in this tab. And then remember, on Google Sheets, you can take these menus and rename them. So I can rename this for 2018. And then maybe I want to rename this one for another year. And then if I keep using that spreadsheet, on and on, I have the ability to use those tabs, and it gives me the ability to save my data as I go, and I don't have to make a new form and a new spreadsheet every time. So I hope this helps as you organize and clean up your data as you prepare for break time and begin a new school year.
And you know, Sue, when I'm looking at Google Forms, I never think about unlinking that form and bringing it back. But that's such a great concept here to make sure that on one Google sheet, you have data from last year, this year, heck, even next year. So that way you don't have to deal with multiple files, you know, really with the same name.
Absolutely. I've had so many teachers come to me where they've just started reusing the form without unlinking it first, and they've had this long sheet of data that is going together, and they obviously need it separated for that next year or for that next reason. So that's been huge. Now, you referred to a surprise earlier, to a giveaway. We're giving away some templates. What's up with that?
That is absolutely right. We created 3 great Google Form templates. Our first one is an end of the year staff survey, because you know, as the year ends, everybody's trying to collect names, addresses, how do we get a hold of you, where do we send that paycheck, all of those great things. And the easiest way to do that is through a Google Form, so all the information is in a spreadsheet. The next thing that we're going to be giving away is the summer reading list, something that you guys can use with your students. Ask questions like, what's your favorite book, what are you going to be reading, how many pages, how many chapters. A great thing that you can give your students for summer reading, and that way you can of course keep track of who, what, where, when, and why your students are doing things. And last is my personal favorite one, and the one that I get asked about often. It is a checklist for tech coaches who are keeping track of when they work with their teachers. It goes into questions like, what are you working on? How long? What's the topic? Is it a what kind of a question or a how kind of a question? All of these great features, and now it is yours. All you have to do is go to our blog post. The link is below in the description, and sign up today to be a part of our free TeacherCast Tech Coaches Network. We hope that you guys check it out. We, of course, do our TeacherCast Tech Coach Roundtables every single Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern, and we would love you guys to be a part of all of the action. So, Sue, I hope that everybody out there listening is going to be joining our TeacherCast Tech Coaches Network. It is free, and there's so many great things, as of course there are over on AskTheTechCoach.com.
Awesome collaboration and conversations. We'd love to have all of you out there contribute to the chat.
And the other thing we'd love to have you guys contribute is your opinions. If you like this video and want to see more, or even want to suggest other topics, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click on the bell, smash that thumbs up button, and leave a comment below. Let us know that what you like about this, and give us some suggestions for future topics. We are just getting started here on Tech Coach Weekly. And that, my friends, wraps up this episode of Tech Coach Weekly. On behalf of Sue Vincent and everybody here in the TeacherCast Educational Network, my name is Jeff Bradbury, reminding you guys to keep up the great work in your classrooms and continue sharing your passions with your students.